Hi, everyone. Hello there. Good afternoon to you on this day, Wednesday afternoon. All right. We're going to talk about some business. We're talking about how to start a business, how to grow it, and we're going to talk about a lot of things. But the reason why we're going to sit down and talk about this because there are a lot of people that are interested and want to know, how do I start a business? And I've gotten people that I know that have been really, really contacting me about doing projects for them lately, and doing, the kind of, everybody's kind of seeing like, yeah, I want to really do something. So I think that they're listening and they're hearing what we are, a lot of us are here telling them for is starting a business, right? And we're going to go ahead and get into it in a few minutes. To let you know who I am, I'm Sandy. I'm a business strategist. I have owned two successful hair salons, and I've owned, um, and I'm running a coaching consulting business, and also I am also still in the industry. So I want to let you know that I am someone here that has history in doing this, what I'm talking about, and have been in the business myself. I'm not just teaching you this, I've been doing it myself. So I want to let you know that. To let you know that I help my clients. I reach out to them. I'm one on one. I'm touchable. I'm approachable. I am available for them if they need me, if we so have a one on one working relationship together. So we're going to get into the topic, and we're going to give seven. I may go over and give you a little bit more, but for now, we're going to talk about seven things that's going to help you grow your business. And if you haven't started and embarking on this idea of having a business, guess what you need to do? You need to make sure. Let me make sure that my my let me make sure that my video is working. You need to make sure that you listen in, because when you get ready to start a business, you already be okay. It is working. You need to make sure that you're ready and you have the tools that you need to be able to go ahead and make build that empire, build your legacy, build just build your dream, build your goal, build your vision, build whatever you want to do out here in the world. So now let's talk about a few things. And first of all, I do want to say to you, let's talk about business planning. People don't want to talk about business planning, or shall I say, those that want to start a business. I think you get overwhelmed when we speak on that. When you talk about, oh, a business plan, I think you just freeze up and you get really overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed about starting a business and having a plan. Let me tell you that you're going to benefit so much from doing that. And one of the great things is, before I get started, one of those great, marvelous things is when you have a plan written out. It doesn't have to be a 40-page plan, but when you have a plan written out, it really motivates you. It, number one, it really do. It motivates. Even when I am writing things, it may not be a plan. If I'm writing my ideas down, if I'm writing something to make my life just a little bit better, or I don't want to forget something, when I write it down, it's like I'm more apt to do it. I'm more, it's like it's 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 like I'm almost accountable for getting it done. And it also allows you to just, it really helps you achieve your goals. Alrighty, okay. It helps you achieve your goals. Let me get my microphone here a little bit better. Okay, a little bit closer to me. Alrighty, now, and then also it kind of prepares you when you're ready, and you have to, you got a plan together. It prepares you for opportunities like grants and things like that, and other people's money, loans, and investors, or you know and it just, it makes it so clear to you when you do that. Yeah. And then also it gives you the know-how, or the what of how you're going to strategize, and you're going to say, how much it's going to take me to start this business, and maybe it'll encourage you to kind of like maneuver some things and make it happen, or save money to get to that point, or whatever it is. It will help you to just see how this plan can work for you, and it can give you, like I said earlier, give you a little bit more motivation. I know it, Because if you can see, the end goal, or you can see further along in whatever you're envisioning, you'll definitely be able to one day, you'll definitely be able to have it. Because, you guys, and I know I have some folks in here that are just believers, and the word, and you are definitely, you quote the scriptures, you talk about it. There are some things in the word of God that tells you, write the vision and make it plain that you may run. Why do you think God put it in the Bible? Why do you think that's a part of what it is? He meant for you to write it down. He meant for you to put it on paper. He meant for you to do that. And then also in Deuteronomy 8:18, he says you have the ability. The, the ability. The ability means you have something innate in you to make something that you end goal to come to path, or to come to fruition. You have the ability. You're capable of doing it. You're capable of making something happen if you believe, if you put in the work, if you plan it out. There's all kind of scriptures in the Bible that tells you that you will have a blueprint of executing what you want. You have it all laid out. And the only thing you have to do is say boom, 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 step by step by step by step by step by step by step. That's all. It's just that simple. But sometimes we make it hard. But that's what I just want to say about that before we kind of get into the 7 ways of you making money in a business. And also, definitely the first thing is you definitely want to have, okay, a business is going to be different than you just waking up with an idea and you just saying you're just going to go out here and muscle it and hustle it, and without any kind of systems or strategies or legalities in place. It doesn't happen that way, especially if you're trying to scale. And it really ain't called a business if you do it that way, because a business is something that you have to have. You have to follow. It's a process, and you have to follow step by step by step by step a guide to make it a legit business. Especially if you're trying to go further, get contracts, and we're going to get into all of that. So I don't want to skip over it. Now, the first thing that you're going to do, and this is a way that is going to help you make money, is you're going to need to structure a business right. You know about it. Most of you, if some of you don't, this is what you need, because I may be talking to somebody that already know this, but for those that may listen to this that hadn't, just let me explain to let me list these basic things about business that maybe some people don't know. The first thing is going to be, you got to have structure. You have to have your EIN number. Your EIN number is needed. It's an employee identification number. And that EIN number sets you apart, because I do know if you want to scale a business, you're going to have to be more than a one horse, a one pony show. You're definitely going to have to do that. You're going to have to make that happen. So in the event, and that being said, is you need to make sure that you have it structured correctly. That's going to benefit you in a numerous of ways. Let me give you a few examples. It's going to benefit you to be able to get your business credit. It's going to establish business credit and grow your business credit over time. Because anytime you fill out an application about business credit, they're going to ask you for your EIN number. Okay. Now, another benefit of an EIN number is definitely going to be, you definitely need it for your business bank account. You need it for your business bank account. Now, the next thing that you're going to need before you decide to exchange any money for anybody else, you're going to need your DUNS number. Exactly, if you're going to build up business credit. And your DUNS number is your social security number for your business, in case nobody ever told you. And the next thing is, if you want to be incorporated, maybe LLC is just not where you need to start or stop. Okay. LLC is a limited liability company, which means you have limited liability of your company. And there is, 80, I think it's form 8853. I think that's the form, but you check with an attorney or either an accountant to let them help you further in that and decide on which entity is best for you. I am not giving you that legal advice. You have to talk to them, talk to someone and in that profession for yourself to make sure you get the maximum usage out of whatever entity you start your business as. Now, the next thing is you definitely want to make sure that after you do those things, and I think I did say the business bank account, you definitely want to have a business bank account. You got to make sure that you have the address you're going to use wherever your place of business is going to be, whether you're going to use a virtual office, whether you're going to use something like that, that is going to help you to establish yourself and establish yourself professional and legit. And see, then and I think in some recommendations, when you're opening up a business bank account, you definitely maybe $500 or more for starters to put in there. Some people say 1,000. Don't just go in there and put $50 in a new business bank account if you can help it, if you can afford it. And then even when you first open up a business bank account, you can always right then and there apply for maybe a business credit card from a bank or whatever. It all depends on your, how strong your credit, because when you're just starting out, you definitely will, most places you need a guarantor. You definitely going to have to get a guarantor. There are so many, and I discuss this in classes when I do them. There's so many trade lines, and trade lines are those vendors or merchants that you can get credit with from your business. That's what, when they say trade line, they're talking about that. There are so many that you can get to start you out, to establish your business credit and things like that. And then making sure that you are prepared for the long run of your business growth using other people's money. I don't know what you're going to expand in. You maybe want to buy 18 wheelers one day. You may want to buy maybe cargo vans. You may want to buy, landscaping equipment. You may want to buy a whole, a whole facility. You may be using, you may want to lease a building. You may want to do Airbnb. Who knows? You may want to invest in mobile homes. There's so many things that you can do and be prepared for your opportunity. So, you may want to just know about those things. And then the next thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is having and knowing what it's going to cost you financially. I mentioned that earlier a little bit. I touched on it, but is how much money, if you're borrowing from the bank, they're going to want you to have some skin in the game. They're going to want you to have at least, I think, about 20%, so you can be able to, you will be able to have money for your business before they give you money. Because if you don't have any skin in the game, they're very, very reluctant on giving you money to open up a business. And then also, you may have to reach out to private investors, or you may be connected. You may have to go that route. Not saying you will, but at the same time, this is what you should be doing. It's like I said earlier, it's building your business credit. So make sure that you keep those things in line. Okay. And then also, the next thing we want to discuss and talk about is going to be having your business, knowing why you're in business, knowing your mission statement, knowing what is your business, knowing how your business is going to be successful. Those are strategies. What are you going to do? How are you going to reach your people? How are you going to get customers? What are you going to do for as that's concerned? And also, that is, hold on one second. I got to go and get the store. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I am back. Now, the next thing is you're going to have to build a team. You're going to have to build a team. And your team is going to be those people that's going to really help you make money. That's another a good thing about your business. Your team is going to be very, very necessary and needed. So let's see here. Now, your team is going to, you're going to have to, and this is this, your team can be employees, your team can be those that, if you have a business that's going to require more than you and, manpower to do the job, you're going to make sure that you have, um, you have all of that lined up. And then also lining all of that up, you're going to make sure that you have your, you're going to make sure that you have your, let's say for instance, you have your team. If you're hiring employees, you're going to make sure that you're qualifying, they're qualified, um, to work for you. How you're going to hire them, your employee handbook, you're going to need all of that. You're going to need standard operating procedures to make sure that it runs smoothly in case you're going to pass that on or you're going to have somebody else manage your company. These are things that's going to be needed. And this is going to be a part of your team, how they're going to work, and this is where you're going to need more than just a business coach or a business strategist around. You're going to need a CPA for sure for something like this to help you with payroll, or you can do it yourself, but it's very tedious. And so if you're going to be the one that's going to be the manager for your business, well, that's possible, so you don't have to worry about someone else. Okay, now, getting into the nitty gritty too of helping you to scale your business right now, we're going to talk about that. That is marketing. Marketing is so many layers to marketing. We have to talk about that another day in a whole conversation. We have to talk about that when we have, we'll be talking about that later. But just getting and gathering some information to help you. Let me tell you some of the things that you need to do and what you need to, where do you need to go and where you can get this information from to help you with your to begin to know who, how you're going to market and who you're going to market to. There's like there's business information, incubators and things like that, but mostly, like searching, knowing where to get your data from is like a lot of things is on Google Trends. You can get information about your market, your target market through there. Surveys, you can do that. You can definitely, there are, the um, Bureau of Labor and Statistics. You can go to the census, find out, especially once you narrow it down, but we'll talk about that another day. But if you're knowing like your avatar, you remember I've talked about avatar before, where you know who your avatar is, start researching, and then you knowing more about the household income and interest, and you can go, there's all kind of ways that once you get, like I say, if you want to know the interest of some of your potential clients, say for instance, like what they like to do, there are places that really house that information, and you go there and you retrieve the information, and then you come back and then you kind of strategize on how you're going to market that particular information, right? So that's how you do that, and then you come up with this is when you're coming up with ads and things like that. I don't want to get too advanced for you right now, but this is one of the these are some strategies, and this is what a lot of people just don't narrow down to you when starting a business. And this probably some of the things that you don't know when you get ready to start a business. And then this is leading into the next thing that I want to share with you, and I think this is 5. The next thing I want to share with you is industry analysis. Analyzing your industry, whether that is knowing where the economy is going, where it is, listening at the news, listening at the channels that house this information, gather this information, give this information to you. Sometimes you can listen to Bloomberg radio, you can listen to the Bloomberg News, you can Financial Times, Wall Street Journal, things like that, CNN, news stations and things like that. That can be a way that you can find out a lot of things. And there also was one more that I was thinking about that you can gather this information from too. is I think I said Financial Times. I did say Financial Times. Oh, CSNBC, once they talk about, things that are going on in the stock market, although you may not be interested in stocks and investing in things like that, but that information can give you an indicator of where the economy is going. And whatever your industry in, I'm sure it's an industry that's already out here, but you're just one of the ones that's coming aboard and doing your thing through this particular, through your particular way and your own unique way and your visionary way of doing it. So when you do that, and when you discover all of that, and what you need to do from there is you gathering your data, and then when you go in business, I believe that you're more susceptible to succeed in what you are embarking on. I really do. This is what is better. When you got all this information, you're putting this in your plan, you knowing what it's going to cost you, you knowing what you're going to need, even your materials or products or whatever you're going to need to be able to launch this business. And then you've done all the other things I've told you to do to get your business established, your business credit established, helping you to, if you need anything to start off and you don't have all of the funding, this will help you because you would have prepared yourself and you would have helped yourself with um, getting the knowledge that you need to be able to make this stuff come to pass, right? Okay. All righty. Now, also, the next thing is, let's talk a little bit about knowing deeper, going into a little bit deeper about your customers. Your customers are going to be the one that's going to help grow your business because you're in business to solve a problem and help people to do what they need to do, right? You're in business to solve a problem and help others to do what they need to do in order to be able to get what result that your company or your business is going to help them get. And so that's what you're there for. You're there for them for that, right? And with targeting, you got to be laser focused. You got to know like I said, you got to know the numbers, households, who's in the household, the income, the behavior, things like that. And then you want to know a little bit about your competition too. Who's your competition and what are they doing? So where you can have that unique selling proposition to be able to take your business to the next level. That's what you can do. And knowing, I can't stress this enough, knowing more about your target audience and your target customers is going to help you so much in business. It will be unreal, and you will have a leg up and a hands up to succeed, and then do whatever you want to do to make the money that you want to make in business and to serve those people and possibly have them as lifetime customers or lifetime clients for the long haul. Okay. Alrighty. So that's going to wrap up what we're going to talk about today. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this helped. We'll get into more tomorrow about what, and we'll get it in a little bit deeper of what we talked about today, and we're going to talk about more about what is needed for you to grow in business. And on my birthday, which will be Friday, I have a little surprise for you guys if you'll be around. And also, just stay tuned and be prepared to be very, very blessed on that day. Okay. Alrighty. Share this out and let people know that this information, hopefully it can help them in business or whatever. Just, and just remember some of the things that I said about you in growing your business, and take some of these things and this information and just let it marinate and kind of help you as you're thinking about your business if you're not already in business. And if you are in business, use some of these tips that I gave you to help you. Okay. Alrighty. So I hope that this helped, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a beautiful evening. Bye bye.